For some, the simple act of breathing just isn't so simple. After all, serious illness or an accident may have impaired the use of their lungs. And when a person's lungs don't work properly, the simple act of breathing becomes a desperate struggle for life. Today's respiratory therapists are proud professionals trained to help people overcome this struggle. They help patients reach out and grasp that precious breath of life. They make a difference. After all, we can live for more than a week without food, a few days without water, but only a few minutes without oxygen. Think of it this way. Being a respiratory therapist means you can have a financially rewarding career and make a difference in people's lives, literally. In fact, it's estimated that by the year 2006, the need for respiratory therapists will grow by 46%. In other words, there will always be jobs available that will pay good money. So, as a respiratory therapist, you'll not only be helping save lives, you will also have a career in a field that is growing incredibly and offering motivated professionals plenty of room for advancement. Now that we know a little about a respiratory therapist's boundless potential, let's take a closer look at the respiratory profession. Just what is the nature of the job? As a respiratory therapist, you'll be working side by side with physicians to help assist in the diagnosis, treatment, and management of patients with pulmonary disorders. This means you are essential to the patient's well-being, and doctors rely on you to help assess the best course of treatment. Using the latest in medical technology, respiratory therapists measure the capacity of a patient's lungs to determine if they're impaired. They also make sure the right amounts of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and other gases are in a patient's blood. Then they recommend the best course of action to help recover lung function, whether that's administering oxygen, medications, or stimulating breathing. And respiratory therapists help patients learn the appropriate self-administered therapy and exercises so they can recover and begin to take care of themselves. Hospital administrators are becoming increasingly aware of the respiratory therapist's value. And more importantly, so are patients. Research shows that patients recover more quickly when a respiratory therapist is involved with their care. Let's look at some of the types of patients you would be helping as a respiratory therapist. Respiratory therapists deal with a large cross-section of society, meaning they get to meet and help people from all walks of life, young and old. Respiratory therapists work with premature babies in respiratory distress, as well as the elderly who have breathing problems like emphysema. Respiratory therapists are present during high-risk deliveries, when a premature infant might be at risk for breathing complications. And when accident victims lose the ability to breathe on their own, respiratory therapists are right there to establish an emergency airway and administer life-saving oxygen. Education and professionalism. That's what it takes to be a respiratory therapist. Today, many colleges and universities offer complete respiratory therapy programs. And after you complete your degree and earn your certified respiratory therapist designation by taking the entry-level exam, you can work in doctors' offices, nursing homes, medical supply companies, home health agencies, and of course, hospitals. You can then choose to further your skills and earning potential by becoming a registered respiratory therapist. Becoming a respiratory therapist is a decision you will be proud of. Helping others, having a career with a future, joining the ranks of other healthcare professionals. You will feel respected by your coworkers, patients, family, and friends. It's a career you'll call rewarding. The simple act of breathing. As a respiratory therapist, you'll know that it's not always so simple. Become a respiratory therapist and help keep the simple act of breathing from becoming a desperate struggle for life. For more information on how you can become a respiratory therapist, dial the number on your screen or visit our website.